to the enter the grades and in the grade tool. And then the presenter for you today is Samuel, the only one, tall and chubby guy. Only now I'm representing this session in CSO. So I hope you guys will feel that today is our last episode for this sandbox. As we go through, what is it that you are going to go through? First, you are going to navigate. As usually, we're going to navigate the grade tab on its own and the grade tool as a whole. And then you're going to look how are we going to evaluate the assessment and how are we going to enter the grade on the assessment. And then after that, then that's when we'll be able to do what? We're going to export the grade book and then as well as importing the grade book. My apologies, I see that I repeated the same thing. And then the last thing that you're going to look into, you're going to release the grade. Right. Now, let's go. First of all, I would like to share the link for you guys to try. Let me just do this. Either you're going to make use of a PDF that has been shared before, or you're going to make use of the link that has been shared with you prior to other presentation that took place. And then the link is on the chat right now. And then once you click on it, that's when you're going to have this home page. Having this home page, remember always you have to make sure you're going to find your ARC sandbox. Either you're going to get it below here, or we are going to just click on this tab. And then that's when you're going to search your name and get yours. And then for today's session, because now we are here making use of a sandbox, and sandbox doesn't have students. So I'm going to make use again with a sandbox of someone else so that we can have a practical way, because they already submitted something within it. So if I was making use of mine, I wasn't going to be able to make practice of other aspects. So I'm going to make use of a Tembele sandbox. Perfect. Now, remember, we are going to only focus on assessment. Assessment, I'm talking about project and assignment and POEs and other stuff, but not discussions and journals. Those ones, I think we covered them, the examples, we covered them on the previous sessions. And then this one is going to focus under the assessment. So when you go and check the assessment as a lecturer, all you have to do is to make sure always you make use of the grade tool. Go and find all your students there and focus only on the assessment that you want to grade. And always, as I always say, you go under the course admin. Under course admin, you have all those options, and all you have to do is do what? You have to go to the grades. Going under the grades, as I've said before, this is someone's sandbox, and that person is alone. That's why we only have her alone under the grade tool. So if we were having 20, they were going to go horizontally downwards as 20 students. But now it appears in this format. As much as I said before that our grade tool is more different compared to the one that we use in RCLN. When you go to manage grade, that's when you're going to see the entire assessment for that certain module. They will appear in the certain way like this. Right. Our focus is not on that now. Let's go straight to the enter the grades. Now we want to go and evaluate a certain assessment. Let's say, for an example, by this time, student submitted the project. Let's say project 2 by that time. So as a lecturer, all you have to do under each and every student, you can do what? You can just go through the student and look on the right-hand side. You can just scroll to the right. Scroll to the right, you will pass through all other assessments that has been graded. Others are not graded yet, but your focus has to be under a certain project, which is project 2. I will make use of this one because the student submitted something under this one. And then clicking on this drop down, all you have to do is to enter the grade. Clicking on the grade, and then we'll scroll down. It will show the entire weight, everything when you want to provide the feedback. However, your focus has to be over here, below over here. That's where your focus has to be. The name of the student, the grade that you're going to give the student, the weight, and the scheme, which is going to convert to a certain percentage. The feedback that you're going to provide will appear here, or it will show that you provided feedback to the student. And then when the student submitted something, there will be an icon like this one that shows there is a folder that has been submitted. So because now we are going to evaluate and enter the grades, let's focus here. You're going to click over here, take you to this page. This page is similar to the one that is on Auxilian. However, this one, you have to just toggle some of the things, so you have to push some of the things to get visible for that, so that you will be able to do what? To mark the interesting. So now it shows nothing so far. However, all you have to do is to make sure that you're going to do what? Click on what the student has submitted, which is the file of PDF, because it also accepts Word documents as well as PDF and other format. And then clicking on it, now it will give you a view. This view is more related to the one that we have on Auxilian. However, this one will want you to push some of the things aside. So in order for you to have that marking tool that we usually use, unfortunately, we are going to make use of the same tool that we were using for Auxilian. Right, how do you mark it? When you look at this top toolbar, we have some tools there. However, you click here, and then you're going to have a pen that is similar to Auxilian, and then there is a drop down. Clicking on drop down, you get the same one like the one on Auxilian, and then you're going to make use of the drawing. Don't make use of the one for highlight. Don't make use of the type. However, eraser, we are usually making use of it, right? And then clicking on it, you do have it now. And then what is it that you have to do? Remember, every time we keep on changing the color so that you can have a red color to mark the student. And then now you won't see the option of the color until you do what? You push this aside. Once you push it a little bit, that's when it will start to get some space to appear. And then you go on the left, top left, and then that's when you're going to see that mark. And then there are the colors. And then always you mark with red. And then you have a script with you, and then you mark student correct, is correct, festive season correct, just like that, as usual. And then when you want to erase as usual, click again, can erase this usual, and then you can still continue and mark and mark and mark. I guess some of the campuses, they make use of the total, they write the total within it. And then what happens is that, again, you can still add annotation or note next to whatever you mark. Maybe saying, okay, let me put something for the student to see that I want to tell her there is insufficient content. You just write whatever you write, and then you click anywhere, the note will remain there for the student for the feedback. If you want to provide feedback on the script questions. Then when you are done, let's say, for instance, because it is out of 100, now the student got 18 out of 100. That is so poor, right? It's fine. Then when you are done, that's when you're going to do what? Come back on this right pane. Coming back to this right pane, you are having an overall, right? And then over here, we're having a feedback. Remember, feedback, as we have shown before, you have three options that you can do. Either you attach something, either you record a voice over, or you make use of a recording video. It will be up to you, right? And then here you can do, say, you did well. Even though the student got 18, you did well. You did well, right? And then that will be the feedback to the student. And then over here, the student got 18 out of 100 in that case, right? And then all you have to do is to do what? You have to update the grade for that session, such a student. And remember, as I've said before, on the last session of the discussion, that you can update as well as retract marks. Retracting meaning you reverse what the student can see and edit it in a way that the student will be able to be updated as soon as you update it again. But now our focus has to do what? Update. Continue grade. Says not all rubrics criteria has been scored in that case. Meaning we didn't work out on all stuff, but we say continue grading. Right? And then update and say update anyway. And then if you say evaluation is updated, meaning the student will see 80. And then immediately after you have updated or you have graded it, it will go straight to the next student over this user. But because we have only one student, it will remain here. And then when you are done with everything, you just go back to the submission, or you just go back to the grading. And then that's when you'll be able to see this, right? And then you have still option to go either to evaluation again or to go back to the gradebook. And then let's go back to the gradebook. Either you go under assignment, or you can make use of the course admin again in that case, right? And then let's go to the grade center and see whatever that we did mark is going to be visible. Then here we go. There's a student. Scroll at the right. Scroll. Here we go. So here is a project that we gave the student. It is 80. So you see now, you provided everything and with the grade. So now, as we have this view, the view shows us that these are the only assessments or activities that has been graded. We have this one and other ones are empty. Now, what is it that you want to do? Let's say for now you want to send the report or the grade report to the operations after marking the entire project and so forth. Now, remember, you always have to do what? You have to export it in order for you to have it in Excel spreadsheet. Right? How do we do it? We do it in this way. And then you go to export. Coming to export, you have these options. Now, it's either you're going to include the username only or the ID. ID, remember, you're referring to the what's so called the student number. The username is the name, as or you want to include both of them. Let's maybe include both of them, and then sort by default. Let's leave it the way it is, because if we sort it, we want to change what? We want to change the key field of the student there, right? And then over here, you obviously want to include the grade, the weight, and the grade scheme. And then user details, either you want to check the last name as well as the first name, but I don't think the email will be required in that case because our focus is on the grading. And then you come down. When you come down, then there are the options of all the assessment for the student. What is it that you want to export? Let's say, for an example, let's export something that we have already graded. And include some of them. Maybe you want to also include this one and this one, summative and others. So you have the right to do what? To export as many activities as we can, but you know your focus is where. And right, when you are done with everything, you have two options. Those two options are what? Either you export it with CSV or you're going to export it with Excel. However, I will prefer you to export it with CSV. I will tell you the reason later on. But now we can still export it as well as export it with Excel as well as with CSV in that case. But let's now export it with CSV to show download. Downloading. You have to be patient depending on the number of activities or assessments that you have ticked, and then it says complete. Once it's complete, then you click on the download. Then it will show on the top right on your downloaded tab that it is successfully downloaded. And then you can just close it, right? Remember, that one is a CSV one, but we can still have a right to export Excel as well, right? But then let's go and check our CSV. Go into download. On our desktop, here is a student, or maybe because the number of students or the module, we open it. Okay, here it shows us now. Can just extract. Let me just do this. Let's extract this, and then you can have a clear view because we included the emails and so forth. Now it shows the mark of project one, the mark of project one, its weight, as well as other schemes as well, right? And then it shows there on the right, the project that we have just marked is here. This is where we did mark and where the student got 18. So that's how you're going to export your data for operations to enter the marks on SIS. Right. Now, let's say now you want to import because you have to know how to import. Let's say, for an example, there was some addition, or maybe let's say there was discussion that the student was supposed actually to get not 18, but maybe let's say 88, because we said the student did well. Let's remove this, let's say 88, and just say safe in that case. So we changed with out of grade 2, not within it. So this is the 88 that we have on the spreadsheet. But remember, on the grade 2, we have 18. Now, let's go and say, how do we import? I can advise you that the greatest format to import your grades is based on the CSV. CSV is the best one. Now, let's go and import it. Going back to our arc, going back to our grade tool. There is our grade tool. And then what is it that you want to do? You want to import. When you import, you just come at the top, you have export as well there. Import. Importing comes here. Then you have this view. Already sometimes it can give you a sample of a file or maybe something that has been imported before. But then your focus has to be here on the file that you have to import. Then you have to come to choose file. Going to take you back to your desktop. Choosing a file, remember I said we focus on the CSV. The CSV that we did export that time and that we did make changes on it is this one. Clicking on it and then open it. And then there it shows there, this is what we imported. And then what is it that you want to do? Item creation, you just leave it. It says because it talks about unrecognized columns that doesn't have any data on it. And that will show you that whatever doesn't have a data won't be changed, but whatever has a data will keep on changing. Meaning those we didn't change will still be the same, but the only one that is going to change is the one that we changed from 18 to 88. Continue. It's going to give us an error. This error, it doesn't mean that you can't proceed. It gives you a warning. It says that the fields with an error will not be important, meaning anything that was on that CSV that has an error, that was empty, won't be important, right? Continue. Continue. Now it shows you the changes of the entire CSV that you are going to import now. Then you have to make sure that you check, because our change were out over here on project 2. It says 18, but it shows that we moved from 18 to 88. We are happy about it, right? Because it says the student did well. It was after the moderation that they got 88. And then we continue to import it. Import is successful, right? And then you're going to go and check on the grade center again. On the students, let's just close this. Going right. There we go. It's no longer 18, but it's 88. Meaning, if you can make even a change over here on the CSV and import it, is going to change. Even you can make a change on any of this, even it was empty and put a number there, it was going to be imported, here. Except if there was an error that happened on CSV, then it won't be successfully imported in that case. So this is how you are importing. Now let's deal with the last one, where we're going to say we are releasing the marks for the student, so that the student have a clear view of what is it happening on their module. Now, when it comes to the point of releasing the marks, it will depend either you want to release the marks for all the students or for a certain student, right? But for this one, so far they are not what's it called? They are not published, or they are not active to the user, right? And then either you click this certain student and other more students, or you just click all so that you can tick all of them, or you can focus on one student. And then that's when you're going to start doing what? To say, hey, this is an option for, and let's go to the grading, go to the grade center. There we go. But this, remember, is a grade center for this student. And then we come to more action. More action is going to give us this option. Now it says make visible to the users. The users, we are talking about the student, right, in that case. So you want to make it visible or you want to hide it, right? But firstly, what is it that you want to make visible? Remember now, all of them, they are not visible. That's why they have an eye within cross. You show that either of them are visible. Now you want to make project 2, the one that we have just marked, project 2, the one that we have just marked visible to the student, right? And then all you have to do is just tick the relevant ones. Let me see, not I start in project 2, other ones, and other ones. But now, when you are done with everything, that's when you're going to see make visible to the student or hide to the student. However, sometimes when you want to hide something, let me just make it visible for now. And there we go. Those we just ticked. They're no longer showing an eye. Now they are visible to students. But now let's say you want to hide, and then you want to hide everything. It happens that you click here, and unfortunately you included what? You can't hide the final grade to the student. These two can hide. Let's see if you see hide. And then it gives us an error, says final grades cannot be hidden or made visible. So meaning the final grades are always there for the student to be kept on being updated in that case. And then let me click here, and then let's go and unclick the two things that we can hide or unhide. These are the only ticks that you have to focus on. And then that's when you can still do what? Make it visible or hide. You can just say hide, meaning we're going to hide all the grades to the students in that case. So that's how you publish them to the students. And remember, this is appearing because it's a grade center for the entire student. So it will depend what is it that you want to hide. But if you want to hide for a certain student alone, then you come to enter grade. That's when you're going to do all everything over there. And then, as I've said before, even today's session is going to be soon and short. And so far, I think I'm done with all the aspects that I wanted to cover. I would like to hear if there is any question regarding the grade tool, evaluating, entering the grades, publishing, importing as well as exporting. Any questions so far? Those ones. Let me see.
Hi, Samuel. There's a hand from Zama.
Yes, I told you. Who's oh, Zama Kwezi, hey, how are you? You can ask a question.
Good morning, everyone. My question was, is it possible to use like a built-in tick, then to use a pen to actually draw the ticks and, you know, write the marks using a pen? Is there a feature like that?
Unfortunately, it's not the same grade tool that we use for marking. It's the same one that we had for RCLand. Even like we even go to try and check other options, we find that it's unfortunate that we don't have any other grades except to make use of that tool. As you can see over here, let's just open it. And then when you just push it there, you have all the options that are here. Those are the only options that we have over here.
Because I saw when you clicked on the comment, that comment icon, I saw something like ticks there. Can you please click there?
Yeah, and then this was the one you're talking about.
Yes. Is it not possible to use that one instead of like drawing your ticks? Or that's for comments?
This one, when you tick, it's like you want to make aware of the student that there is a comment, because once you put a tick, it opens a note automatically.
Okay. All right. That was my question. Also, I'm attending the meeting for the very first time today. I never got this meeting. I know it started maybe 3 months ago. Is it possible for me to get like recordings of the past trainings?
Yeah, recordings are available, and then this is because our last session, I guess you will end up having the entire recordings. And then I forgot where did you place? Let me ask Alfred. Just cut this. because yeah, the recordings will be made available because we already gonna have what's it called, a lecture module where you guys will be able to access all the content regarding the art, as well as the videos that we did from September until now, until today. So the recordings will be available for you to practice at any time. Right? And then if it happens, maybe you have it and need some clarity on it, then that's when you will ask a question, maybe on this platform, then it will be attended to.
Okay, all right. That's all from me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions so far? It's festive, guys. It goes once, twice, and it's gone. Alfred, may you please, if you have something to say before I close, you're welcome to say.
All right, thank you so much, Samuel, and good morning to you all. And thank you so much for your patience as we rolled out our sessions. And I mean, your presence means a lot. And obviously, I believe you will be able to apply and also maybe follow through the different recordings which we were making, so that at least maybe you can do the practical application onto the ARC, I mean, as a new learning management system. But thank you so much, Samuel, for today's session, for entering the grades, as well as the actual usage of the grade tool within, I mean, as far as assessment, which is described as evaluating, I mean, in ARC. But thank you so much. Back to you, Samuel.
All right. Thank you very much, Alfred. And thank you to everyone from the tech teams. We'd like to say thank you very much, guys, for attending our session. Thank you for cooperating with us. It's been a long journey for us. Here we go. Today is our last session, and we want to say thank you for everything. And for the festive season, we'd like to say to you guys, remember, life is not your friend, and money is not your best friend. Best of luck for your 2025. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye.